fuck is up, everybody? Welcome back to DFW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal podcast in the Metroplex, and the most no electricity, because the fucking circuit to this room is not a thing anymore. So I literally have the window blinds open, so it's not super nice and bright. I'm sorry about that, but it looks nice there.
The darker the better.
Exactly. Alright, so coming back for the second time, the second band to do round 2 ever on the podcast. I got Collapse into Chaos once again.
Ooh. How we doing?
Hell yeah. Guys, go ahead and just reintroduce yourselves and what you do in the band, please.
I'm Taylor. I play guitar.
Ricky, I play guitar.
Elijah, I do vocals.
Alright, we got most of the guys here, but it's all good. So, fuck bass players, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. Reed, if you watch this.
To the side. Nah, we love them.
But I mean, we just got back last night from Lance's benefit show, which you guys played. Which great cause, you know, for a great guy. You know, It was definitely a lot of fun. You guys absolutely stomped it. I don't know what it is. Like for me, I feel like Tomcats, like the sound quality at Tomcats makes bands just like you may have heard this band at like this one place, but when you hear my Tomcats, I don't know, it's just completely different. Like
it is. Like Tomcats is great.
Tomcats and Whitson are like the two ones that I noticed that like you get a major jump on sound quality.
Yeah.
And it really, really shows.
Well, it's been a long time since I played at Wits End, so I'm not sure about that, but yeah, Tomcats has really good sound. You can always hear the bands, you know, clearly. It's not you're not having to decipher what they're doing, you know.
And I mean, it was a great lineup. I mean, I unfortunately couldn't get there in time for Apophis, but Marco is my fucking homie, and I love that guy. And if y'all haven't heard yet, Reed, my bass player from Skull Archer, is the new bass player for Apophis 2036. You can catch his first show next Thursday at Tomcats with Forget Conformity. So you should try to go to that.
Oh, that's gonna be a killer show. I know a bunch of people playing.
Oh yeah. Like and you know, for anyone who's seen Reed play, that dude is probably top 10 bass players in the scene, if not top 5. Like his ability just to fucking pick licks is just nuts. When he tried out for us, like back in like February or somewhere, man, it's been so long. No, I think it was like last year. That kid fucking came in. Oh, I can do Ace. I'm like, okay, you're in. That was literally it. Yeah, you're straight up in. But I mean, anyway, going back, Apophis, then you guys crushed it. It was great. Black Chamber always does a great job.
Dude,
I fucking love that dude. Like Levy always wears like the most unconventional shirts ever to shows. I fucking love it, dog. I want to see his closet, see how many of those unconventional shirts he has, like which one am I going to wear.
Well, what's funny is my sister showed up to the show last night, and she was like, she pointed that out. She was like, I'm wondering what they're going to sound like, because that guy's just out there wearing a Hawaiian shirt. I'm like, no, they're probably going to be pretty fucking heavy.
Oh yeah, they are. David Cruz, their drummer, is sick. That guy's a really sick
they were great.
Yeah. Then obviously Combat.
Hell yeah.
If y'all
kicked ass.
If y'all were there and you saw something, you're welcome. I'm not going to go into detail.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to go into detail, but if you were there, you saw it, and it was fucking
just know
cool.
Billy's the man.
That's all you down hard.
Both of my shoulders are shot to shit, like right here.
Oh yeah, my neck's fucked.
And when when Jacob tried to like get me on his back and like run around the pit, he like dropped me and I landed straight like on my tailbone. And I mean I'm like my ass bone like right there.
That's always the worst.
Sleeping was a bitch. I had to sleep on this side the entire night, like doing this, so that I wouldn't do anything. But fucking after Combat, Electric Vengeance slays it. They always slay it. I mean, fucking great mix of punk and thrash, like perfect when they cross over. Fucking Exploder throws down as always. Fucking love watching Jacob play.
Oh yeah.
And Carlos has come into his own with that band. already. You know, our hearts are always heavy for Joshua, but like
Definitely.
Carlos is definitely a good spiritual successor.
Yeah.
And I mean prophecy. Like there's like, do you even need to say anything about prophecy? It's prophecy. It's great.
It's prophecy, man.
Digging a pit, man. Those guys literally dig a pit. That shit is wild.
Yeah, they're fucking insane.
They are. But so guys, last time we talked, it's definitely been a minute.
Definitely.
But since then, you guys have done a tremendous amount between then and now. You released an EP back in March.
We did. Led by the Hand.
And I haven't had the opportunity to listen to it yet, but I've heard great reception about it. Like the people who picked it up and were jamming it out said
That's
it was really good. And I mean, I remember hearing the sample you guys sent me. I fucking dug that. And shout out to Mickey for the intro on that, because the intro we did for that episode for this episode is
Dude,
sick.
it was badass.
I
loved it.
I love Mickey because I mean last year the intros weren't bad, you know, we kind of had like a thing, but he's just like, we can do so much better.
How it kind of just came into form through like lightning, kind of. Is what it looked like to me. It was really cool.
Yeah. He told me that he was gonna sing because he kind of like redid your logo a bit, because I guess the copy you sent, it was kind of hard to like decipher out and like code.
Yeah. Well, I sent like a transparent. I guess that's more for like a flyer.
No,
so
it is. It is.
But
no, but he said he was probably gonna send you the one that he made, so that would be used for like video intros and shit. So I don't know if he sent that yet.
I hadn't heard nothing.
All right, Mickey, you're fucking up.
Mickey.
Fucking up. But no, so the EP came out. It's been out for a couple of months now, and why don't we talk about it for a little bit? So like, when did you guys like who did you go to? Like the process of it.
We went to someone named Ricardo Aranda. He goes to Texas State for audio engineering. He was good friends with the drummer from back in the day. So we went down to the Firehouse Studio at Texas State and recorded it down there in a day and a half.
Sounds about right.
Maybe like 24 hours or less. Yeah. It was pretty brutal.
Sounds about right. You never want to get caught too long in the recording process because it can definitely stack up.
Well, I definitely wish we had more time, but well, we did well with the time we had. I feel so. We're pretty proud of it.
Awesome, man. That's how it should be. Like, always being happy for your work. I mean, if it's anything like your guys' live performance, I bet it's fucking fantastic. I need to fucking pick one up.
Got one in the car, man. After it. Oh shit. The other car.
Damn. No worries.
All right.
No worries.
Another time.
You're all good. I'll definitely be seeing more of y'all for sure. And that's actually one thing I wanted to bring up is, prior to, the Star Saw you guys had the first time where, I recorded the song originally.
Mm-hmm.
You guys normally play like a different type of Rita show. Like you guys are kind of like combat in a way and exhortation in a way, where you play both in the metal scene and also in like the hardcore scene as well.
Yeah.
And you guys, and I believe you guys play a bit more in the hardcore scene if I'm correct.
Yeah. So far, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you guys are an example of the bands that are able to cross over so well and kind of dive back and forth, like combat and like exhortation, because you guys have both of those elements. And I don't know, personally, because I've been listening to a bunch of the hardcore scene lately, because I don't go out to those shows. I mean, A, because they compete with the metal shows that I really want to go to, and B, it's not my cup per se. I don't mind it. Like, I'm a really big fan, for example, of the Beautiful Exchange.
Oh, I love it.
We're
really cool with those dudes.
Yeah, they're sick.
They're awesome.
I had them on a couple episodes ago.
Yeah,
really
they're great.
Nice. Yeah, and John, because like I went on the support group and I was like, hey, I want to like hear your Spotify shit, and everyone started singing their Spotify shit. I remember he did, and I'm like, I love the album cover. I can't wait to listen to this. And then I heard Regards. I'm like, God damn, you can like elbow the fuck out of someone to this song.
Oh yeah. Dude, the sixth song on that CD, Aji, That's my favorite song.
Oh my god, it's good.
Because the end, they do this breakdown at the end, and they bring this really metal flair to it. It was great.
Yeah, has also like a doomy sound too. Like not like a doom metal sound, but like kind of like a doom encroaching type of sound, like a tragedy type horror type thing. Definitely dug that. I from what I've heard, I haven't seen them live yet, but I want to. Forget Conformity sounds really good. Like like they're Chris is an outstanding vocalist. There's a lot of
Chris's stage presence is fucking commanding. I mean,
just fucking swinging fucking mics around and shit, fucking lassos.
Chris is a crazy dude up there.
I would imagine some of his boys that kind of like download them, make sure they don't get hit. But like Cutthroat Conspiracy is also really good. I'm definitely a fan of them. I had them on a while ago, like last year. They're cool. So like I've been listening to like more, but like from my opinion and my perspective is like the bands that are able to do the crossing over, like from the hardcore to the metal, or do both, I think are the bands that are sticking out in that scene personally. Exhortation is great.
I love Exhortation.
Yeah, big fan.
I think they're going through a sound change, from what I've heard. So we'll see.
I wouldn't be
working on
shocked.
some new stuff.
I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, because they're already a band that can definitely get away with experimenting. Because I mean, that's what they've always been.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
the sax solo.
Yeah, like Ashland Messiah was like, you know, it was thrashy, but it also had like core elements too. Like they kind of played around with it, and I talked to the guys about it, you know, about that CD, and it was the perfect compare and contrast because, you know, people in metal scene like, yeah, dude, I really dig like the thrashy stuff, but I couldn't really get too much into the hardcore stuff, and then you would hear the same thing, why did you not come on? Fuck! If y'all saw that, right?
So close.
He's like, but then like on the core side, they would say the core stuff was great, but I really couldn't get too much into the thrashy stuff. But honestly, as someone who's in the metal side, I kind of dug it all.
I mean,
but like it's that kind of like compare and contrast. And right now, I think what you guys are doing by doing these switch arounds, like, you know, playing these hardcore shows and playing these metal shows, I think you guys are a band that is bridging the gap. And I absolutely appreciate that because...
Me personally, that's one of my goals for us. Because I was always only in the thrash or death metal until I was like 18 or 19, and then I really started listening to hardcore and stuff. Yeah. So I love both.
Yeah. And it's great because, you know, there's definitely, depending on like who you talk to or who you look at, there's definitely some animosity between some people.
Oh God, yeah. And like, it's really stupid.
Yeah, it's insane. I don't want to drop names or anything, but like, I mean, I assume you saw some of the controversy on like the past couple of months that kind of blew out of proportion. It got really wild at one point, and I was like, fuck, this isn't what we're about.
It's really harmful for the scene.
It is, because like, I mean, it doesn't have to be your thing, like, right? You don't have, like, if you're in the metal scene, you know, your core's not your thing, oh, that's great. But, and then, same thing if, like, you're really in the core, but you're not in the metal, that's fine, too. The issue is that, at the end of the day, we're all strugglers. We're all trying to write this music and bring it out and show everyone what we're feeling on the inside and what we're working on and what's running through our minds, and that's what we put out. And, I mean, you don't have to go out to every single show, obviously, and you don't have to support bands that you are a particular fan of, but, like, to completely, like, disrespect your fellow struggler makes absolutely no sense to me, personally.
I mean, we're kind of all in it together, like you said.
Exactly.
Heavy, to me, like, heavy music is heavy music. It just takes different forms.
Yeah.
You know, I mean. Yeah.
I mean, like, and again, you guys are helping bridge the gap. And again, that's something I greatly appreciate. And I would love Squadron to play with bands like Hunt the Dinosaur, or you know,
that would be sick.
Or Renitus, which is another band that does that too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they do it too. They're really good about it. Some of the Human Condition also does it.
They're great.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
We saw them at Killers Tacos.
They
played, was that like a month ago or something?
Our debut show, they were the last band that played that night.
Oh really?
Yeah. and they were sick. And
they're great.
And I had them on the podcast too. Back when I was actually recording songs in the garage for the podcast.
Oh hell yeah!
That was a lot of fun. But I mean, so the whole, so I mean, we'll definitely move on from this topic. But like but it's definitely something that I admire in you guys. That's definitely something. It's like, because I'm all about unity and community. Because that's what I feel like this thing's about. Like when we played the Suicide Benefit show, that's like what I said on stage. It's like, hey, this is unity, this is community, this is family. That's like why we're here. It's support each other. You know, you have that suicide hotline, but you also have everyone here who cares.
Exactly.
And that's how it should be.
Exactly.
So all this animosity is dumb. Stop it. Stop it. Love each other. Again, you guys played that great show last night. So how did you guys get on that?
I saw, I think it was John Schrammel post saying that he was looking for a band to play it, and I set him up. I said, hey, we'd be interested to play, help James out.
Yeah, John really came in on the clutch on the beginning of getting that show together.
Yeah.
Much love to you, John. Hell yeah, dude. John is great. Fucking crazy bass player, just holds it up here. I love bass players who hold that shit up here. They're just like,
it just looks so maniacal.
right?
They're looking down upon you.
But going into the EP, one thing I wanted to know is because we've talked your influences before when we were here the last time. Did you guys carry those same influences into the writing of this EP, or did you kind of try to take it from another angle?
I'll be honest with you, this EP was written over like a 2 to 3 year period while I was still trying to find a drummer, so it's hard to say.
Oh, wow.
A lot of influences are on there. I mean, yeah, it's hard to say.
Oh, well.
Like, yeah, I wrote it over a long period while we were looking for a drummer.
Man,
and then we kind of just...
Drummers are tough to find.
Yeah, we kind of just put it together once I found him.
So why don't you go through me with that, like your process finding a drummer? Because I mean, I've heard like it's hard to find a drummer, but man, it sounds like you guys drew like.
I just got lucky. I mean, for a couple of years, I was just going on Craigslist, posting on Craigslist, going to Facebook. Just kind of looking for anybody I could find, and then one day, Logan, our current drummer, just hit me up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
So, and that's that.
Yeah,
kind of like fate almost in a way, because he had just moved here from Houston, like at the time that I was looking for a drummer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Like I posted that ad, and then he looked like the next day. Happened to look. So.
Craigslist is wild when it comes to that shit. I remember when we were first looking for a drummer, I used it, and the thing is I made the ad, never got a reply on it, so I started looking for people who were posting that I'm a drummer, and man, there was 2 types of people on Craigslist. I'm a church drummer. That's all I want to do. And then the second drummer was like, I want to do pop punk. And I'm like, great. I didn't know pop punk was so popular on Craigslist.
It is.
And then like the ones that you would find, like the metal drummers, all that, like, yeah man, I just want to get paid like $150 per gig. And I'm like, dog.
Yeah.
God, a local band.
We'd have to wait a little bit.
God, a local band probably doesn't make $150 after a show. I've only made that like 2 or 3 times.
Same for us, like 2 times, man.
Yeah, like our debut show and our return show when we did the DFW Metal Fest. It was like the only 2 times. So like, man, y'all stop that. I guess this episode is gonna have parentheses. It's gonna say stop that.
Just stop everything.
Just stop everything you're doing that's wrong.
Rethink life.
If you want to get paid $150 a gig as a drummer, go drum for a cover band.
I was just thinking that. But actually, to answer your previous question about, you asked how we approached the writing, taking different influences. We're actually writing a new album already, and I can kind of go into how we're approaching that.
Sweet, I would love to hear that.
I would definitely say we're taking more of a death metal influence for the next one, but also I don't want to say prog.
I was thinking that, but I want to say
sort of.
kind of.
I would say it's definitely a little more death metal than thrashy.
Yeah.
We had a really thrashy vibe on the EP, but I'd say we definitely had more of a death metal vibe on this next album that we're putting together. I mean, we've already got like 5 songs for it, so it's like halfway ready to go.
Slam too.
Yeah,
Definitely more slam influences.
Ooh.
I've been getting into slam a lot over the last year.
Oh my god.
Like within Destruction, I don't know if you consider them slam, but slammy, ingested, slammy.
Ingested, awesome.
Oh, speaking of that, I think Mud just came back from doing that tour.
Yeah.
Man, much love to fucking Steven Mashburn. Hell yeah.
Man, that was badass. I saw that he was touring with them.
Yeah,
Fuck,
and
that's a good
did you see any of the live videos that were posted?
did.
Yeah.
Holy
He
shit.
was killing it too.
The Purveyors of Truth video, I can't remember what city it was in.
They
but
were
man,
in, I think they were in Minnesota or
something like that.
Yeah.
Killing it.
It was just absolutely wild. And I remember before he did that, he put up a vocal cover of him doing one of the songs off the newest album. And it sounded really good, but I think it got taken down for some reason. But like, it was funny because he like photoshopped his face on like that naked chick's body who was like crucified and shit on the side.
Jesus.
Whose fucking hook tapes were hanging out and everything. It was really good, and I listened to it like at least once a day, and like it was gone. I'm like, no, it's gone, fuck. And like I tried to make it out to Tulsa when he was there doing it, but like practice ran late.
Yeah.
And I got home. There was no way it was gonna happen, unfortunately. But man, that's an example of if you just work really fucking hard, you can like the right people will find you, and then you get an opportunity like that. And I mean, going into it, like I'm Destruction's been blowing up because that video.
I was gonna say their EP is actually fucking awesome.
It's amazing.
Violence of Ours.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, you know, two of the dudes on there are formerly of Dead Rising, which probably one of the best bands ever in the scene.
They were sick.
And it's so unfortunate that they stopped, but
Yeah.
man. But like that little 3-song EP they have on their Bandcamp is nasty. Like, I'd like blast that shit in my truck and have old people look at me like as if I murdered somebody.
That's always good.
Exactly.
The more stares you get, the better.
The more
That's
definitely.
what I think.
No, you're doing it right.
Man, I'll tell you what though, when I was, I remember one time I was driving home from work in Arlington because I worked at a sandwich shop when I was in high school and college, and I was coming home and I was listening to Pantera's Piss because it just came out at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, I'm like, holy shit, this is so good, I had that shit on loop, and like, I remember I was stopped at a traffic light, and I'm just like, you know, banging my head and shit while the red light's there, and then like this truck pulls up next to me, and it's just like 3 dudes, and like they look at me and they're like, and the driver starts doing the same thing I'm doing, and he's like turning his steering wheel while he's doing it, like while his brakes are on and everything.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was
Probably not
weird.
good for his car.
No, definitely not. But I think they were making fun of me. I don't know. I actually thought it was cool, so I was like.
Yeah,
And
it's
then,
hard to tell sometimes.
And
man.
then,
Really?
no, definitely in their head, I think they're like, that kid's autistic. Or something, but I like, or like you look at the videos like Michael, like when he's like doing Sign Slayer shit, and like some of the videos, like people thinking that like he's legitimately on drugs, and they're like, is that kid on drugs, like cocaine or some shit?
It's like, no, he's just entertaining. You know, just trying to be entertaining.
Exactly.
You gotta be kind of wild, you know,
And-
sometimes.
Or then there's that one video of that kid on the bike, like who's like on a bicycle and he's like stopped. I guess because he's like actually like on the road like for traffic lights and shit, and like he's just like headbanging, he's like screaming like lyrics and shit, and the women are like, what is wrong with that young boy? and then like when they go, he just yells again. He's just like headbanging while fucking like going down the road and shit.
Dude, sometimes it's hard not to headbang going.
Exactly. They don't. The normies don't understand it. They
It's like-
don't.
It's getting a little dangerous. I might need to look up. You know?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's just like again, it's just they don't get it, man. Like music, the music moves us that way. I mean, like it's kind of like when they listen to like mumble rappers and they decide to like do like the twerky stuff.
Well, that's what I think about. I don't know. I mean, this might sound elitist, but that's kind of what I like about metal is it's more than just music. I feel.
Yeah.
To like metalheads.
Man, fuck elitism. I mean, fuck people who throw that term around. I hate that shit. It's just people trying to make an excuse for people who are just being blunt about their expression about what they feel about the music. Like, look, he's not fucking your sister, so just let him say this shit.
Yeah.
He's not hurting you. The fuck? I don't know, man.
Well, but then that kind of ties back into what you were saying earlier, because I think some people use that to create a divide between genres.
Exactly.
Like you were saying earlier.
I mean, it's a thing,
So,
but I definitely think the word gets thrown around too much.
Yeah.
I definitely, it's like if you keep saying it over and over again, it's gonna lose its meaning.
yeah.
I mean, so if it's an issue, we need to deal with it, but you can't just be like elitist, 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 elitist. You can't like everything you disagree with isn't elitist.
For somebody to say that metal takes more talent than rap wouldn't really be an elitist statement to me.
That
At all.
yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
hard to say, but
No, I mean, I get it. I have a friend who actually produces like hip hop and rap, and he'll kind of say, yeah, I mean, it's not too difficult compared to
I mean,
when I'm actually trying to record metal artist. He's like, oh wow, shit, really? He's like, yeah. So and he's like, I don't even fuck with metal that much, but yeah, But he's produced bands.
oh, there's that. Don't get me wrong though. There's definitely people that do rap that have talent. It's just a lot of the crap on the radio today is just complete garbage.
Yeah, like the
You could
whole
write in 5
mumble,
minutes.
all the mumble stuff, like Little Peep and all that shit.
Yeah.
Little Pump, little Sand. Why are they all little?
I don't know. That was like I thought that was like a thing in the 2000s, and then all of a sudden it came back.
Yeah, it's like little.
Or like young.
Yeah,
Why not middle aged?
Yeah, like middle age, like or like big, or just not fat.
Big would be.
How about average?
Average. Average.
Why is none of y'all average?
Average slim. Or like slightly autistic. I don't know. You come up with better nicknames. Otherwise, stop that. But man, we're like really going into different tangents. Holy shit.
Love it.
It's great though. No, this is what podcasting's about.
Yeah.
It's not a 20 questionnaire where I'm gonna put a piece of paper in front of you and be like, all right, circle one.
All right, guys. Here's the questions I might ask you today.
Yeah.
Choose your words carefully.
So I definitely want to find out like what upcoming shows you guys have.
We got next Saturday at J&J's Pizza in Denton.
Ooh.
That's with the Beautiful Exchange. Bad Blood.
And the Order of Elijah.
Order of Elijah. Bad Blood. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Memories of Dying Days. Order of Elijah. And another one.
That's June
I
2nd.
can't remember off the top of my head. Yeah, it's
June
next
2nd.
Saturday.
Okay.
And then we are playing the Battle for Texas, Dallas versus El Paso.
Oh, yeah, I
Abilene
remember
with
that.
Crop Dust and Silver Tongue Devil.
Yep, and it's like 3 bands from El Paso, right?
Yep.
Man.
That's gonna be fucking killer.
Yeah, did you see how that whole thing started? It was pretty wild. Like, this guy was like, is Dallas even metal? And I'm like, that's the dumbest
Definitely.
question. And he was like, and I think he said, we'll prove El Paso goes harder. So I think one of those guys is actually going to come into that show, and I think he's going to be like, yeah, we're here to fuck them Dallas boys up. So.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I talked to the guys, and I think it's just more of like a friendly kind of way.
Okay.
But, I mean, I've talked to him, and he didn't.
Oh, okay.
He was just like, thanks for doing this. Like, yeah.
Okay, then he was probably just doing like the whole WWE type.
Yeah, like getting it riled up. That's what it is. I didn't get the vibe that it was anything, other than.
I would have loved to play it. I mean, like, cause I've always wanted to go out of town and play shows. You know what I mean?
No, we just played Houston last weekend, wasn't it?
How is the Houston scene?
Two of the bands that dropped out, right?
Yeah, 2 bands dropped, so it's kind of hard to say.
Had like some last minute replacements.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean it was an alright show. I would say that
The
as far as
venue
the venue was amazing.
Oh.
I would say as far as out of town shows that we played, I mean, we've only played in 2 places, but Wichita, Kansas is the shit.
Oh,
far.
shit.
Yeah.
Houston definitely had the biggest stage. You could jump, and there was a drum riser came up to about here, so you could actually
And a ramp to ramp your stuff on stage. That's always nice.
Yeah,
There was all
it's
kinds of
great.
shit. It was huge.
And
So
a frontman like you needs that room. You throw it down, dog. I do the exact same thing. I appreciate that
Thanks.
shit because, like, you know, it's just like since we don't play an instrument, we have to do something more,
Yeah,
right?
you gotta look crazy.
Just don't take off. Just don't strip to your boxers unless you're going wash.
That's what's up.
unless you're building up.
GG
Don't
Allen.
strip down your boxers unless you've already asked Billy.
Yeah.
I was almost halfway expecting, you know, the next set just to see Billy with nothing but a tube sock on his dick.
just one sock, not even 2 socks.
Just one.
Just one sock and that's it. Oh boy.
He's down.
We actually thought about like getting we had this song on the next album we're writing where we use a slapstick in it, like they use in like a jazz band or
Oh
something.
my
like,
god.
Whack. And we were like, dude, we should get this guy to just go on stage with nothing but a sock on his dick.
And a scarf.
Yeah, and just
You need a
fucking
scarf.
beat that thing on stage. It'd be funny as hell. But
That'd be sick.
I don't know how that would fly. But
I mean,
Yeah.
they were cool with what
Be funny.
happens.
yeah.
I mean, the guy eventually asked me if I could put my shoes back on.
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, okay, I can do that. Because I guess he just doesn't want your toes getting broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like water.
yeah, because then he could be liable.
Liability.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But shout out to Tomcats for letting me have my fun play.
Yeah.
Initial. I got a lot of photos. I'm definitely not posting them online, but there'll be a secret gym that I'll just share with people who were there.
But yeah, so Abilene, and then July we don't have anything right now. We probably won't, just because we're gonna take more time to write and start recording the next record. And then we have a show in San Antonio that we can't quite announce yet in August, which is gonna be fucking killer. And then after that, I think September 15th at 3030, I want to say. And then, yeah, that's all we really have official.
I've never
so
been
far.
to 3030 yet.
I haven't either.
Oh shit!
I haven't either.
I heard it's pretty cool. I think their first show ever there was Oceano.
Really?
I could be wrong.
Well, I know they've been having some like break-in problems and stuff since they opened up. Like they've apparently had a lot of stuff stolen.
Really?
So I think they're doing a benefit show pretty soon.
Help us raise money for our stolen shit.
Yeah, it's like
show.
we need money to run. Yeah.
Please.
I need a security system.
Guys, if you're
No,
robbing-
that's really what it is. They're
I think they
getting money for a
pretty much
security
just like-
system and cameras and
Fuck.
whatnot.
That's
Shit.
Guys, if you're stealing from 3030, stop that.
Please stop.
Stop that. But with all these shows in place, when do you expect to be finished writing for the full length? And then do you have like a set day where you plan on going to record or?
Well, we're gonna try to self-record it.
Okay.
Try. It just depends on how we can get the drums to sound. You know?
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. The guitars we're covered on. Just getting that drum sound in our room. But I mean, I'd say it'll probably be out early to mid next year. Because, like I said, we're about halfway through writing it. I could finish writing it by the end of the summer.
It depends.
No problem on guitar by the end of next month. But July, whatever.
Yeah.
But I think we definitely want to take a little more time.
No, exactly. You always want to make sure that you can give yourself as much time as possible so that you can release the best product that you can.
Yeah, I mean, if I wanted to just lay out some riffs that come to my head, the first fucking thing, I could, but we want to actually take the time
Mold
to, mold it together.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that was one thing we wanted to improve on from the EP, is just, I think a little more diversity, maybe.
Mhm.
I don't know if that's the right word to use, but
No, that sounds fair.
we were a little more structured on the EP, I think, than we are on the new songs. The new songs have a lot of more twists and turns
Mm-hmm.
than some of the songs on the EP had.
For sure.
But that's not to take away from the EP. It's just you always need to, you know, we always want to evolve and grow,
Exactly.
get better.
I mean, why
Yeah.
wouldn't you want to release something that tops your previous release? I mean, I would assume thank God our demo is garbage in my opinion. So that I have something easy to top. Like we literally recorded that in our garage like 4 days before our debut show, and our old guitar player Nick brought in a pretty nice sound system to help out. But like I was completely green to vocals at this point because I was still singing, but like if you heard you can look it up on YouTube. Like from then and what I sound like now are two completely different things.
Oh yeah.
And I was like really screechy. And the thing is there's a lot of mistakes made on the like during the recording, so they would always try to re-record
Did
it.
y'all record it live or y'all actually just tracked it?
We were trying to do that, yeah,
Okay.
track, but like it was all in my garage and everything. We actually like mic'd up Tim's drums and everything.
That kind of reminds me of like the stories I've heard of how the Misfits would record their albums. They'd like play a show and then go backstage and record an album or some shit. Like,
Damn.
yeah, that's why all their songs sound like crap. As far as production goes, the songs are great.
Yeah.
Production's crap, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds good to me. I think that's what makes the songs great.
But you would hear my voice like crack and break because I had to keep re-singing the songs because they kept getting messed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, fuck, can't y'all just like record me doing it great one time? And so some of the you'll definitely hear me go, like, oh god, what was that? Is Billy a fucking Velociraptor right now? But like,
that would be metal.
Well, yeah.
Velociraptor metal. But we definitely plan on trying to record an album full length and try to release it like early next year.
That's what's up.
So, because we have DRI, and we're gonna make our DRI show, the last show of the year for us.
Y'all are playing with DRI?
Yep, we are opening up for DRI at the Row Club, November 29th. If you need tickets, I have tickets. Also, if you plan on trying to buy a ticket the day of the show, stop that.
Yeah, no, stop.
But I do take PayPal. I'll write your name on a ticket and hold it for you, and then I'll be at the door. So, be a lot of fun. $15. I'll also throw like a patch or a sticker or something for you.
That's badass though.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited because like we opened up for DSI last year. That's a big deal for me because I like DSI.
That's awesome.
But DRI for me is like the next level. Not saying that I'm not trying to talk down on DSI or anything, but like Kurt is like one of my main vocal influences. Like he always has been. Like I'm a big fan of Kurt.
It's like classic crossover sound.
Yeah, with like and really just that fucking bass player is something else.
Oh yeah.
I mean, especially off of the Definition album, sick. Acid Rain and the
Acid
Application.
Rain is like the only song I've heard from that record. I pretty much only listened to like their 80s stuff. That's like my favorite shit.
Off that same album, listen to the Application. That song is like probably my favorite.
I mean, Thrash Zone is probably my favorite record by them.
Oh my god, that's the ultimate.
Whenever I got my vest, I got the Thrash Zone patch and I just put it at the very top. So I'm like, everything under this is the zone.
Yeah, exactly. Just fucking iconic fucking song.
Iconic, yeah, the two-step.
Yeah. Well, guys, I want to thank you guys again for coming on the second time, showing off your craft, promoting your shows as usual. I love having you guys on. It's always fun.
Oh yeah.
Always a pleasure.
Yes.
Of course, man, anytime. I don't know what the next episode is because I didn't look at my schedule, but there is one. I also am going to say that we are coming up close to our 50th episode. I do have some special announcements. Before we actually get to that episode, I'll probably make like a little private video or like a little video on the page itself explaining what I want to do with the podcast moving forward. And so look for that when we get around 50. I think we're like at like 47 or something, so it's still a little bit away. But I have a lot of stuff planned, and I think all of y'all will love it. Guys, again, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it. This has been DFW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal podcast in the Metroplex, sponsored by Taco Hut. Except not really, but Taco Hut, if you do want to do something, let me know.
Tacos are metal. This is true.
Yeah.